Hello, this is the 2024 version of my walk through the solar system. This is Hollandale, Minnesota. This is the road that the county gives me for a couple of hours. This is going to be a very boring video, but that's the point. Okay, I'm going to walk quickly, and you can hit pause if you want to read the scripts. This is the beginning of the walk. This lamp will be lit and on top of my pickup so people can see it. I'm doing this now before anybody's here so I can walk in a hurry and get it done. If I did this in the dark, which would be cool, it'd be hard to see the scripts. There's Mercury. Here's the script. Here's the actual planet size. People always think, oh, this is going to be easy. Here's Venus. Its script. And there's its size. This is about 7 o'clock. The walk opens at 8. I'll probably have a couple hundred people. Here's good old Earth. And I have its moon, Earth's moon here at a scale distance also. Here is that script. If I walked at the speed of light, that would have taken me 8 minutes to get to Earth from the sun. So obviously I'm walking faster than the speed of light. Don't tell anybody I'm breaking the law. There's Mars in its size. Each person, when they show up, gets a paper trifold. Maybe I'll remember to show it you later. It's their passport. When they get to each planet, they can use an ink pad and a stamp of that planet. This is the asteroid belt, which goes quite a ways. And I don't have a stamp or anything for it. There's the asteroid belt. You can see Jupiter way out here. I gotta walk faster. This is really fun in the dark. The emptiness is what gets you. As these gaps get bigger, I've had people in other years tell me that they thought it was a practical joke because they walked so far, and then they think, oh, he didn't even finish it. And then they'll meet somebody coming back saying, yep, it's there, keep going. The road has never been in better shape. We had a ton of rain, but it cleared at 11 a.m. and the breezes have blown and there's barely any mud. This is like the muddiest spot right here. Here's Jupiter and its script. And there's Jupiter in the Great Red Spot and its rings. Onward. You can see Saturn out there. The sun's a 15-inch globe, and it's what determined the scale of this walk. It's a 1.1 mile walk to Pluto. A friend on cloudy nights, the internet's biggest astronomy club, asked me to make a video of this. And I've never made a video of me walking it. I started doing this in 1999. The original walk never had these white placards. They are what we did for COVID. Since we couldn't be face to face, I made this a drive-through solar system, which is a lot easier but defeats the purpose. I could have driven and made this video and we'd be practically done already. We're approaching Saturn, and the edge of the visible, under most circumstances, solar system. Uranus is technically visible to the naked eye under very good conditions if you know exactly where to look. Nobody ever saw it until we had a telescope. Here's Saturn's placard. Here's Saturn. I don't know if this is working where if you can even read the scripts or not. There's the planet. I have to do this so they don't blow off the table. There will be volunteers that are students of mine or former students of mine. Another fellow teacher is going to be out here helping stamp passports. Some kids that needed National Honor Society hours. So here we are. We're past Saturn, and there's a ways to go. Here in the daylight, I can see way off in the distance how far I have to go still. The county is super nice. They let me have some barricades, and they've got some new super lightweight barricades that made this so much easier for setup. So after I reach Pluto and stop recording, I'll start setting up the barricades. Cars can still go across at the intersections, but we don't want them on the road that I'm walking on. The best year I ever had, we had 550 people come in the 2 hours. Some from 100 miles away, Twin Cities. There's a school there that advertised it as a Nerds Night Out, and they filled 2 buses. That was fun. So here's the first crossway intersection, and we'll probably see like 2 cars tonight. I've been here for an hour and a half. I haven't seen any yet. There's the barricades. Off in the distance, you can see Uranus's placard. It's cold and dark out here in the solar system. I'm a science teacher. I've taught 8th and 9th graders for 33 years. I've heard every butt joke there is for Uranus. I thought about putting a porta potty out here at the 7th planet and see if anybody got the joke. I never did. My original idea in 1999 would have gotten somebody killed eventually, and me sued. I wanted to do this on a frozen lake in January and not have the planets in a straight line. I wanted to have them in their current positions with the sun in the center of the lake, great big lake, and the planets off in their correct relative positions besides the distance. It would have been awesome until somebody fell through the ice and died. I don't know if you can see besides the sign that I'm approaching, off in the distance, visible, and because it's still daylight, I can see Neptune and Pluto easily now. The neat thing is, in the dark, you can watch the sun get smaller and smaller. Obviously, I don't have the brightness right, but I have its diameter right. Here we are approaching Uranus. I have its rings cattywampus because it's been knocked on its side. Off to Neptune. I'm walking along some of the most fertile farmland on Earth. This all was a shallow lake after the glaciers came through. The town of Hollandale makes note of the Dutch that heard about this area. Said, oh, really? Underwater? We know how to handle that. So there's extensive ditches and drainage pumps for this fantastic soil that was at the bottom of this shallow lake. This is Freeborn County, Minnesota. And when it was first explored by Colonel Albert Lee, it was pronounced that nobody's going to live here. It was too wet. There are over 100 lakes and swamps. We've changed that. You can see off in the distance Neptune sign. The red-winged blackbirds are singing. Frogs are singing too in the ditch. Spring is back. I think this is going to be the nicest weather we've ever had for this walk. And this morning it looked awful because it is so rainy. How busy a road is it? I left my truck parked in the middle of the road, back at the sun. There's nobody around. Since we've had so much rain, there's no farm work, field work being done. They have to have a few days of drying before they can get it back out in the fields. I'm at 14 minutes already. My goal was to be under 20. We have kids every year show up, they'll show off and run the whole thing. Not necessarily learn very much. We've had little kids pulled in little red wagons by their parents, and people bring their dogs. I think a couple of people, I know at least one that did it in a wheelchair. It's pretty, I don't know, gravel roads and wheelchairs, but they did it. Approaching Neptune. And the second cross road. When I get back, I'll have the first of the workers showing up. And I'll start dispersing them and handing them their ink pads. Finally, Neptune. There's its rings, and I drew a great dark spot on there. Those storms come and go. Pluto. Try and walk a little faster. Some standing water there in the field. The white things are the tips of the barricades that I'm going to put up. You can see Pluto's placard. I'll repeat, this is 1.1 mile. The scale's, I think, 56,105 miles to the inch, just because that's the size of the globe. When we get out here to Pluto, I spend some extra time discussing its status. You can probably guess I'm an old stick in the mud. So I call this the traditional solar system, the 9 traditional planets, and they included it because I started this before Pluto got kicked out. I mentioned the 2006 vote, which I describe as rigged. When we get out here, it talks about if you wanted to get to the next star, you still got to walk over 7,000 miles at this scale. And I apologize, people, that the solar system is not straight like this. The planets are never all lined up like this. But this is what you got to do. In my class, I showed the video. It's National Geographic video that's only 7 minutes long. It's on YouTube, of a really nicely done scale solar system on a larger scale in the Black Rock Desert, where they did they do it at night. They drive the orbits with cars, and they have a stationary camera picking up the headlights, so the headlights trace out the orbits. It's really kind of neat. I do this by myself. I don't have a team, and I don't have a drone, and I don't have GoPro and all that. I think mine's really good because you can see where you've been, and you can see where you're going, and you can see the sun. All right, approaching Pluto. What am I at? 17? No, 19 minutes. Man, am I close. Sweet. I guess 20. I'm going to be 20. All right. Two clipboards of script. Let's talk about Pluto. Let's talk about should it be a major planet or a minor planet, and how far to go to the next star. Now, you won't be able to see much, but that's where I came from. Look where the water tower is. That's basically about where the sun is. All right, thanks for watching.